Hello there, this is Fatty again, and this is episode 3 of Madam Suzanne, the story behind the story. So, we left off where I had left Lisa Storm and went on my own to begin my very first full-blown escort service in Las Vegas. And it was all online based, meaning I had to build a website for every single girl. And I did that because I wanted the customer, when they saw an ad and went on the escort website, I did not want them to think or know that the girl actually worked for an agency. The reason being is because agencies have the worst reputation, especially in Las Vegas. They have a lot of scrupulous practices, such as bait and switch, meaning they will use fake pictures, which I've never used in my whole career. I think it's very important to treat people just the way you want to be treated. At least that's how I live my life. They also advertise a fictitious donation or fee and just try to lure you in. And once the girl gets to the room, guess what? That $99 gets to be $300, $400, $500, $1,000, $2,000, whatever it is they can get out of the customer. So I did not want to have that objection right off the top by the client thinking that this is an agency, therefore it's going to be just like any other agency, therefore they're going to be using fake pictures, they're going to try to take advantage of the whole situation. So I had to build basically an independent website for every single girl I worked with. I started with 5 girls, I believe, and each escort had to have her own independent website, and meaning her own pictures, videos. I was one of the first ones to ever use videos for this business. A lot of other agencies and girls did not want to do any type of videos, show any type of skin, any type of pussy, ass, whatever, thinking their old school mentality, which means if the guy wants to see it, he has to pay for it. There's a little truth to that. However, when you're online and you're marketing and you have a lot of competition, especially in Las Vegas, there's thousands of girls at any given moment. You have to take advantage of everything that you got. So if you have really gorgeous women and beautiful face, beautiful bodies, you take advantage of that. You need that edge no matter what. So I made sure I took videos, sexy seductive videos. I did not do any type of XXX or GFE videos at the time, girlfriend experience, what we sold mainly. It was just really kind of like Playboy-ish style. It's a little nudity. It definitely was not Hustler or not even Penthouse. Just done really, really very soft and very seductive. And I only showed 14 seconds of that type of video. I did not want to give them enough to lose interest. And so by masturbating, of course, I might as well say it. So I started with 5 girls, and I hired 1 girl that I trained how to screen. I was pretty much trying to figure it out myself, to be honest with you, how to figure out if the guy is a cop or if it's somebody that's trying to rip the girl off, or a pimp trying to pick her up, or a rapist, or a violent person or whatever. So I was still trying to figure out my system on how to properly screen. So we figured it out. We sat down and figured it out, and I fielded a lot of calls with her. And we did it together, hand in hand, and everything was going really, really good. I got really lucky. I had 5 really good girls, and I'm still friends with a couple of them. And this is almost 20 years later. We did really good. We would charge anywhere from $500 to $1,000 an hour. Sometimes we charge $700 for 2 hours just to get that extra $200. It's going to be the same regardless. Most guys spent maybe 30 to 40 minutes tops. A lot of these clients came to town for business, for a convention, and they were here for 2 or 3 days, maximum 4 days. And what they would do is they would go to work in the daytime, take care of their business, then get together with their colleagues for dinner, maybe a little gambling, what have you. And then everybody went on their separate ways to their own rooms or suites at the Strip. And from there, every person would call a girl or just gamble or whatever they were into. A lot of them called, people like me. So that was our basically average client in Las Vegas. So 99% of the calls were out call, meaning the girl or the escort went to the gentleman's room. They all had rooms. They're all from out of town. We had very, very few locals that we dealt with. Had a couple of celebrity locals, a few entertainers on the Strip that they had a show on the Strip. And that type of caliber, a couple of retired, rich millionaires or whatever. That type of caliber clients. Otherwise, it was mostly out call to the Strip. I dealt mostly with Bellagio, Venetian, the Paris, the Palms, Wynn, Bally's, Mirage, and basically your main Caesars, your main casinos, MGM. So one of the things I always did is when we get the call and we screened the caller, we made sure that the girl always met the client at the valet. And as I explained before, Las Vegas has an intent law, meaning as long as the girl showed up, they can bust her. So if this was a reverse sting operation by Las Vegas Metro Police Vice Unit, and they are pretending that they're clients, let's say at the Palms. Now I know for a fact the Maloof brothers that owned the Palms, George Maloof, he did not allow a sting operation inside of his casino because he was against it. So what would cops do is they would do the operation anyways and call the girls and have them come down, and they would just pick them up off the valet right in front of the Palms, main valet. So intent, that means as long as the girl showed up, she still can fight it in court, but that's how it was. They didn't have to have actually a conversation about sex for money and all that. So I've always made sure that to keep an eye and focus on the screening process. Always been a very important aspect of the system I developed for this business. So we went on from 5 to 10. I ended up, by 2004, I had received my escort service. I went and applied for one and got one, a license. And I had over 220 escorts on the roster at all times and needed about 33 phone girls to handle the volume. The bulk of our business was from 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. I had about 30% pre-booking from clients that were coming into town that would like to book in advance. There's 2 types of clients. One that would make a decision off the top of their head when they're in town and they're having fun and they're drunk or whatever, and they get in the mood or they get horny, and they pick up the phone and call. The other type of client, which was only maybe about 25, 30, 35% of all the clients combined, were the planners, the ones that had so much time and they wanted to make sure that they have a dinner date with a girl on one of the nights that they're here, or different girls for each night. And those are the planners. So we would talk to these guys mostly on the email, over the email, back and forth, and get everything set up. So by the time they came to town, they feel like they already knew the girl, even though they had no idea. They were not talking to the escort herself. They were talking to a phone girl, but the phone girl acted like it was her. And we kept that going the whole time. Of course, some girls would mess up once they meet the client and tell on themselves and explain to them, oh no, that wasn't me over the phone, you know. But we try to communicate everything that went over the emails or over the phone with the client before the escort met the client. This way we don't miss a beat and they would still think that it was her the whole time talking over the phone or the emails. So 2004, we had over 220 girls, 33 phone girls, 5 p.m. to 5 a.m., 7 days a week. And we rarely ever had calls before that, unless it was cops. Of course, they like to get done early, so they always start earlier. So that never happened. And I'm happy to say that not one time did we ever have a problem as far as us booking a cop, not knowing that it's a cop, because we did have some law enforcement clients. Yeah, Las Vegas is a different type of animal than Orange County. The clients are different, a little different. They're all professionals. That's our demographic. However, Las Vegas, being Sin City, being what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas type of mentality and psychology, a lot of guys just lose their marbles when they get to Vegas. They get wild. They'll do things that they never did before, or they would never do anywhere else, but for some reason they felt comfortable doing it in Las Vegas. I guess that Sin City mentality gets it out of them. So it was a lot wilder than Orange County for sure. We had our wild clients. So the next time we talk, I will let you know about the Las Vegas clients and the Las Vegas escorts and what kind of girls I had and what kind of clients we had in Las Vegas specifically. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please go out and buy my book, or at least listen to a sample on Audible. It's called Madam Suzanne, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you, and stay healthy and happy and safe, and I will see you next time.